Welcome back to Chatting with the Carters. I am super excited about our guest in this episode. We're going to delve into a story that melds together caregiving, business, and purpose.
Oh, in this episode, we have something special for you. So today or tonight or whenever you guys are watching this, it doesn't matter. I just want you guys to know that it's going to be great. Our guest is an author. She's an entrepreneur, a strategist whose journey has inspired so many. She's the founder of MCM Services and the author of Raising Parents. Welcome, Monica Montgomery. So Monica, welcome. It's good to have you on the show. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Well, thank you for having me. Yes.
All
Sounds
right.
like my plate is full the way you all described it, but
I mean,
I'm
you know,
here.
you do a lot. You
I
do
do
a lot. Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, we've
Too
been
much.
watching, and we've also, been clients of yours as well. So you've helped us
Yes.
out in our business. Thank you so much for that.
I appreciate it.
So if we can get started, I know you're probably ready to answer these questions for the audience. They're ready, to hear your insights. So
We're ready to hear it too.
Oh yeah, my
Yes.
first question for you, Monica. You've lived through a journey many people don't talk about openly. Stepping into the role of caregiver for your parents. So, what inspired you to write Raising Parents? Raising Parents.
Well, originally I wasn't going to write it. I was just I've written the book, I've put down my notes, and I wasn't going to publish it or anything. I was going to put it on the shelf. And I said, one day my family will see it and they will read about it.
Yeah.
But what really inclined me was that the Lord gave me the reason why he told me to write it down is to help other people, to show that, yes, my family has been through a lot in the past 20 years. But we have overcome every trial that we've gone through. And people who are in caregiving roles, whether it's just for 1 hour, 1 day, or for 100 days, they need that encouragement and not feel like they're going through the journey by themselves. Because being a caregiver can be lonely.
Yeah.
And you lose your identity. And so you just need to know that someone else has been going through that with you.
Yeah.
And luckily, I've been able to help my friends who are going through issues now that I did 10, 15, 20 years ago. So it's like, okay, Lord, I see what you were doing. You maybe go through the most, but I see what you were doing.
So in that, you mentioned losing your identity in this process, and I want to kind of dig into that a little bit more. In the process of losing your identity, one, how did that feel? And at what point did you realize that there's a piece of Monica that's starting to kind of slowly be chipped away at? And then I kind of want to follow up with that question with, how did you get back to a place to where you started to feel like Monica whole again, if ever?
Ooh.
I know that was loaded.
That was heavy. But I will say this. I didn't realize I was losing my identity until I went off to college. Because when I was growing up, my mother was first diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 10 years old. So I was still in elementary school.
Wow.
So I'm still just trying to be a kid, just trying to be a teenager, just still growing up. So I thought this was normal, that people get sick and families go through that. That was my normalcy. And I didn't realize until I went off into college, like my life has sort of been shadowed by what they were going through, because I wanted to help them through their illness. I'm living in a house with them. I see them struggling. I see that they're having good days. I see them having bad days. And I just want to help them feel better in that illness. And it was when I went off to college, I was like, oh, wow, this is my first time where I get to focus on me.
Yeah.
To understand, okay, what do I want to do? How do I want to be? Who am I as a person? And I really didn't start working towards that mindset of I can't live for my parents anymore. I have to live for myself. I finally started working through that after my father moved out of my house. So you're talking about from 2004 until 2021.
Wow.
That's when I
Wow.
That's when it was really like, okay, I don't have to do for them anymore. I can live on my own. Let me start living my life again. So it was a lot of things that transpired through that time frame, but it really helped me to adjust my mindset and find me again. So I feel like I'm living my second life.
So you said from 2004 to 2021?
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I'm calculating like that's 16 years.
Yeah.
No, 17 years. I forgot to carry the one.
Yeah.
17 years.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
during that time frame, I didn't realize that I was in like, I wouldn't say a panic mode, but like a emergency mode, because in my mind I would like, oh, well, I can't go out of town because in the past, every time I went out of town, my parents would get sick. So then I'm like, well, I can't go out of town. Who's going to take care of them? Who's going to, take to the hospital or be at the hospital with or something like that? And it took me a long time to realize, like, you can travel.
Right.
If they're going to get sick, they're going to get sick.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had to become comfortable, like, I have been there for them. And if I'm just not there that one day, don't beat myself up about it. Just get there when I can.
That's
I do
my
what I
next
can.
question then to you. So, because we know some people that go through the same thing. Is there any help that you found while you were doing it, as far as like, I don't know, people at the hospital, nurses, or to help you, I guess cope or deal with it, or help you while you were, like you said, out of town? Did you ever find anyone?
No.
That's a great question, because so
Yeah.
often, like, you're looking for help for them, but having someone that will kind of not only relieve the stress from you, but also offer support to you.
Yeah.
That's a really great question.
Yeah. So here's what I learned now that I wish I would have learned then.
Yeah.
There are home health care aides. There are home
Oh.
health care agencies.
Yeah.
That's their purpose, to provide respite, to
Okay.
provide, relief for caregivers to do what they need to do, or just to be there to give around the clock care, what they need to do. When I was younger, I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know it
You
was a
couldn't
thing.
have. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was just me just trying to be there. I didn't realize there was an outlet or an avenue or home health care aides
Yeah.
Wow.
that you could call on, until I started to release this book. When I was writing the last chapter of my book and was like, okay, I'm going to publish it. That's when I learned there's this whole agency, there's this whole world of home health care. And I was like, I wish I would have known about that, or at least tried to explore that and research that for myself. So asking for help is huge.
Right.
Asking for caregivers do not, because they feel like they have to be responsible for everything that goes on. And by the time we teach somebody else or tell them, you got to do A, B, C, D, give them the pills at this hour or take them to the doctor,
Yeah.
I might as well do it myself.
Yeah.
So really asking for help and using those resources and those agencies, because the nurses, they are available to do that for you. So that helps.
So how have you used what you've learned and what you've gained over the years of being there for your parents, and then now the research you've done to develop your book? How have you utilized that information to help other caregivers who are kind of coming behind you, so they don't have to kind of experience some of the, for lack of a better term, the ignorance that you had, because you were just kind of feeling your way through it, from 10 years old. Like, that's super young to have to step in and be a caregiver, and then learning a process through your adolescence. I mean, the time of life where you should be having fun, but you're learning these things. And so, we always say, God doesn't let us go through anything, just for it to be just for us. There's He allows us to experience life so that we can make life better for others. So how have you taken the things that you've learned through this process to be able to help others who you've encountered? Because I know after, and this is kind of a question, because I attended your book release, and when we were there were so many people in that room who were like,
Yes.
thank God, like, the information
Somebody
in
hears
that
us
book
too,
is
yeah.
like, it's not just me. And they
Right.
were some of them were grasping for straws. And so how are you using just not just the book alone, but are there any outside resources that you're tapping into to be able to assist some of those people that are, because I know they're flocking to you with the information that you have in that book.
And that with the book, I've sort of used that. Some people write a book to make money off of it and
course.
say, be known. For me, writing a book was like my wedge to say, okay, now when I pitch to churches or to community groups or to healthcare facilities, I'm like, the book's my credibility, but really I'm just trying to get in the room with those caregivers.
Yeah.
There are a lot of cancer support groups for cancer patients.
Yeah.
And that's fine. People with heart disease, love it. Great. Y'all need a support group. But the caregivers need one, but it'll always have that outlet. So I've been using my book to host events, to talk with support groups at different churches. And I've created an event in my own church as well. So then that way it's like, okay, I'm telling you, I'm not just writing a book just to be writing a book so it can get the sales. I'm telling you, it's okay to be angry, to be sad, to be frustrated, to be like, I'm supposed to be a wife. Why am I being a caregiver? I'm supposed to be a sister. Why am I doing this? I'm supposed to be a child. Why am I trying to help get my dad off the floor?
Yeah, yeah.
So I just want people to know that you're going to be mad, and it's okay as a caregiver. That's one of the things you go through.
You just said a mouthful, especially when you made the statement about being angry, because sometimes, especially when you're taking care of someone that you love, like you said, your parents.
Or someone who you feel should be taking care of you.
Exactly.
Right.
And then, so now you begin to think to yourself, I shouldn't be mad. I should be okay with this. And you bottle those emotions. And I say that because I watched her mom raise, that's not raised, but I like how you put that. But she I guess, was a caregiver for her dad, so your granddad.
And then my granddad's mother.
Exactly. She did that for years. And, we would go over and sit down and have conversations with her. And, I could tell she didn't really want to talk about it because she didn't want to feel like she was complaining or she was,
Correct.
But she didn't have a vent, like you just said. She didn't have that place that she could go to, that she could be around others who are like her, who did that same thing. And they were understand, because we couldn't understand. We're living our lives. We're doing
we
the
get
things
to go where we want to go, do what we want to do. When we want to go on vacation, we just pick up and leave. We didn't have to make arrangements for someone to watch the person we're caring for.
And most of the family is like that. Like, the family don't even think about that, because even for her, and the family, I'm not shooting at you guys, I'm not being negative, but I do want to make the statement because I like what you just said about being angry. It's okay. That when she wanted to come up here to see us and she would ask somebody to, to watch whoever, they would, well, I got this going on, I got that going on. And she would say, okay, well, don't worry about it. Hey, I can't come. And, and she would just kind of take the
But we would be like, bring her
with us.
Pack the car up, bring her here.
Okay.
Like, she gets to see the great grands and things like that. And so, but it was difficult, for my mother to be able to do that, especially going from, she had just gotten married. Actually, it was before she got married to her second husband. She was caring for my grandfather. And then, and my grandfather had cancer, and then that eventually began to spread. And so he couldn't do things for himself. And so she went from caring for my grandfather. He passed away. She got married. Then they were caring for my grandfather's mother and her new husband's mother as well. So there wasn't even like, it's like, there's the husband to lean on, but it's like, no, we like, they like this right here, leaning on each other because they're both having to care for people. And we were there and we would watch them and it would be like, oh my God, like we wish we were closer sometimes so that we could help out. But at the same time, they did it so what seemed like so gracefully until one day we sat down and my mom was like, this is a lot.
And that's the thing, is that caregivers do it with, it's so smooth and so graceful, and they do it so lovingly.
Yes.
Really, that's the mask. That's the front face.
Because you guys make other people think that you don't need any help.
Right. But we're actually hiding behind that because we don't complain. Because when we complain, people saying, well, you better be glad you're in good health. Well, you better be glad that you're there for them. It's like, that's besides the point. The point is, I'm tired.
Yes.
And I just want to have a moment alone or free time, or I want them to be okay.
Yeah.
But if they wake up in a bad mood, it's like, okay, forget that I'm in a bad mood. I got to make them feel better because they're sick. So, yeah, we make it look very, very easy.
Yes.
We pull it off very well.
We
make it smooth. Yes, but we
do.
And not everybody's a caregiver. Some people are like, look, I can't be by your bedside, but I'll go to the grocery store. I'll go pick something up, or I'll go pay a bill or something. And then you have others who are like, they're by the bedside. And sometimes we don't get away. And so that's why we lose our identity, because, we make it so graceful because servant leadership is in our heart, is in our passion. Like, we love someone, we're going to take care of them. That's part of servant leadership, in that compassion.
Yeah.
But that's where we lose our identity, because it's like, when am I doing that self-care for me? When am I taking that bubble bath instead of bathing them, wiping their behind? So it gets tough, and you don't realize you've lost your identity until you want to break, or until that loved one passes, and you're like, oh, I have a life. I can do what I want to do. So it's challenging, and that's why sometimes caregivers just say, forget it, I'm not going to say anything.
But if you, as someone who has been a caregiver for so long, what would you say to the people who look at other caregivers and think that they don't need help? And because some people, and sometimes I guess for you guys it may be hard to articulate exactly what it is you need help with because of what you said earlier. I don't want to ask you for help, and then I still got to come back and fix what you jacked up. But what are some things that you think someone else could easily kind of step in to assist with to make the load a little bit easier on the person who's doing day-to-day caregiving?
For me, coming from a person who don't like to ask for help, don't ask for help, just do it. If you see us in there cooking, just come in there and be like, okay, I see you doing this, let me do the cornbread. Or you're chopping up this, let me wash this. For me, that's what helps. Because if you ask me what you need help with, oh, I'm just doing this, this, and this, but I got it.
Yep.
I got it. I'm gonna get it. It'll be real quick. I got it. But if you come in there and you start doing the things, inside, I'm like, ooh, Lord, thank you. Thank you that they were helping, because sometimes we don't know how to articulate that.
Yeah.
And we don't want to make it seem like something so small, like
A burden on somebody else or something.
right, yeah. Like we don't want to seem like we're weak, we're not strong enough to do it.
Wow.
When really we are.
Yeah.
And we have to learn that asking for help is not a come save me kind of thing, come rescue me. No, it's just a suitable helper. It's just someone help you get it done. Two is better than one. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's normal.
It's normal. I think most of us face that reality in any aspect of life, that it's difficult to ask for help, and don't always know how. It's funny because I had someone say to me one day, I was trying to figure out like what's the best thing to do for a person who had lost a loved one, because I'm really not good at asking for help, and in that I'm also not good with just reaching out, because I don't want to overstep boundaries, because in my mind I have all of these like, I know sometimes when people come in, they mean well, but right now I just want to breathe. But then I have realized like not everyone's like that. And so in trying to step into that space and be helpful to others, what are some areas that you would say this might be you doing too much? Is there ever a time when someone could step in and they're just doing too much?
When they're in the way.
I mean, good answer, good answer.
Get out of my way, move. A prime example is, there have been some times when my father gets sick, he'll be in the hospital, they're like, oh, let us come by and cook. You coming by to cook means that we got to straighten up the house to make it look like something and get them together to have them presentable and, welcome you in.
So cook at home and then drop it off.
Please.
Okay. Y'all listening?
Please.
Yeah.
Cook it at the house,
Just bring
drop
the
it
pan.
off, because they don't want to feel like they got to clean up and then entertain
Put all that work
you.
in, yeah.
You mean well.
Right. You mean well.
It just becomes more work.
You're just in the way.
See, we ignorant folks, we
Don't
need to know that.
Exactly.
And then don't buy a plant. Like, oh, here's a plant. Okay.
Something else you got to care for.
Right. Something else you got to care for. I got water.
Y'all
in.
listening?
And then it's going to die. And it's like, well, I killed another one. Just
something else to feel bad about. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Get a blanket. Bring a blanket, because if the loved one who's sick is not cold, then I'm cold. So bring a blanket. It'll last a long time. You don't have to worry about carrying it and stuff like that. So don't buy another plant. It's just it's going to die.
Yeah.
It's going to die.
Got too much going on.
I am so sick of that. Don't buy another plant.
Don't add to my list.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't wait for the
That's
list.
a great point.
Yeah.
That's an amazing point. So, I mean, we've heard you talk about being a caregiver, but the other aspect of your life is MCM services.
Ooh.
Before we jump into MCM services,
business.
we want to show you guys a clip of all that MCM services has to offer.
Did you know that over 45% of businesses have hired a business consultant? Those businesses saw improvement in revenue, better business management, and solved growth challenges. I'm Monica Montgomery with MCM Services. If you're 35 to 57 years of age with a business generating up to $250,000 in revenue and have one or more employees, chances are you will benefit from having a dedicated business consultant on your side. We use SWOT analysis, cash flow analysis, and market research to compile a full business plan to guide you into your next level of success. Effective operational systems, pricing, and management strategies, and technical writing along with editing are all available to you when we work together. Let's take your business to the next level and beyond. Call today or visit us online.
Wow. MCM Services offers a lot.
Oh, yeah.
We've had personal experiences in you developing a business plan for our real estate investment company. And so being able to see you work firsthand for us was absolutely amazing. You took such meticulous care into building our business plan.
Yes.
I mean, even down to the paper that it was printed on.
Yes.
It's so funny,
Exactly.
y'all. Let me tell y'all.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when we had
Make
our
it plain.
last meeting with Monica and we was going through like our strategy session and we were like, oh, I could just print it at the house. She was like, not mine, you won't.
Nope.
Because everything needs to look like it came from the
Yep.
Monica Montgomery. When you
Oh,
go in
yeah.
there, they need to know that
Oh,
there
yeah.
was care put into
Yes.
this, to the
Yep.
weight of the paper and everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's so amazing that you are so meticulous in that. Does your previous, I guess I want to say your previous history, but your experience of being a caregiver, how did that kind of roll over into, because I can see it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I want to hear you articulate, how did that
Exactly.
roll over into MCM services and MCM services and how you operate with your customers?
Yeah, so just like you want to give your loved one the best care, you don't want to do it, halfways, or you don't want to do it sloppy or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to look neat. And so that's what I'm about. Look neat, make it look streamlined. So the same care I give to my loved ones, the same care I put into my business for my clients. I don't want to give them something sloppy, or I don't want to make it seem like, well, I could have did this myself.
Mm-hmm.
No, the same strategy that I use for taking care of my dad, same in my business. So just like a caregiver, you have to be organized with your time.
Yeah.
You need to create time blocks for your own self, for the doctor's appointments, for their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those time blocks help in my business.
Yeah.
Whenever you want to make sure something is presentable, you want your loved one to look good. Okay, when I present your business plan, I don't want to make it look like, oh, that's who you got it from? Who did the MCM services? This is what they got. You pay how much for it?
Exactly.
No, I want people to look at it and be like, okay, understand it. I don't want you to go into a bank or go with investors and present like notebook paper that's been stapled together.
Yeah.
No, I want you to be able to present a
'Cause
very
that's what I
professional.
think I was going to do.
And that's why I said, no, you're not going to print that.
I was like, it's the information on the paper was very nice. So I figured I just printed out and handed it to them.
We want to actually look at it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got us all the way together.
Oh yeah.
All the way
I'm
together.
glad.
And let me say this too. So we went, like my wife said, we went over to one of her strategy sessions, I guess. Or no, it
Oh,
was
I
actually
forgot about the strategy
yeah,
session.
oh,
It
yeah.
was so dope.
Yeah, she did a great job, and then she also passed out one of the folders that she actually did one of her companies. When she passed that folder out, and I looked, I said, "Baby girl."
He was so.
I said, "We got to use like this is fantastic." If she's
all this good information she gave up there, it wasn't until she handed this photo he was like, "Oh,
hey, it's like a chef though.
we
It's
gotta
like,
use her."
hey, but no, it's like a chef. Like when the chef cooks, you
Yeah.
know, you want the food to taste good, but man, if it looks good when it comes out, you're like, "Whoa, this
Yeah.
is gonna be fantastic." I mean, if it's horrible, it's horrible. But
But I love the fact that it wasn't just presented
the presentation is everything.
wonderfully. It
It
was also
was fantastic. Yes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say this to you. So a strategy session, and like my wife said, we kind of know because we've dealt with you, but I want the viewers to know that. In a strategy session, what are you looking for? I own a recording studio, and she picked my brain, and but it wasn't hard. Don't make me think.
You gonna answer her question for
Yeah,
her?
it wasn't hard, but I want her to say this. Well, maybe I shouldn't say too much. What? I know, because it was fun. Because she made it fun.
It was dope.
Yeah.
When we did it, we just had to answer a couple questions, and she came back with everything. I mean, literally everything. But so
now I'm talking about you. Now I'm
Yeah,
about to
I
jump
know,
in. You would literally think y'all
She's
can
good.
tell we excited.
She's good.
You would literally think that you've worked and ran a recording studio the way you came back with the
Yes.
information, and I was
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
"What you know about?" You was like, "I've never ran a studio in my life."
Never in my life.
But reading
Never in my
everything,
life.
I was like, "You did
Yeah.
such I mean, your research was amazing."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
back to
Yeah,
reformulate your question. I think I might.
no, it's okay. Just give us a typical strategy session, though. If you were to sit down with the company, and you know, what are you looking for from that company to derive what you need?
So when it comes to a strategy session on the front end, when people schedule it, when I ask them questions, it's not like a getting to know you or something like
At
that.
all.
No,
You
I'm
can't
not getting to
nobody-
know you.
Yeah.
Really, it's great to get to know, but really I don't care about getting to know you.
At all.
I just need you, tell me what industry you're in.
Yeah.
What are your challenges?
Mhm.
And once people tell me that, I can do just enough research to say, you said this was your challenge. Have you tried these solutions?
Right.
Mhm.
And they're just like, well, I haven't thought about that.
At all.
Yep.
Or I
At
ask them
all.
questions
Exactly.
about their business. Usually when I ask them, well, how much does it cost you to onboard somebody? And they're like, I didn't think about that.
Exactly.
And I'm like, that's what you should be thinking about.
Yep.
So then once I do that pre-performance before the strategy session, and then when we get into strategies, I don't have to spend a whole lot of time with them. I don't need a 2-hour strategy.
Exactly.
Give me 30 minutes. We're going to talk, because what we're going to do, we're going to strategize this to come up with a solution.
Yeah.
The goal is that solution to come with a result.
Yeah.
So then afterwards, when I create this whole strategy outline for you, either for the next 6 months, year, or what have you, and create a business plan, your mind has been open. You're not thinking like an employee anymore. You're actually thinking like a CEO, like, oh, let me change my mindset. Because a lot of times people think they have one type of problem, but when you're working in your business, you can't tell what the problem is.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you
That's so
articulate
true.
that, I know how to translate that to, yeah, you're saying you have a cash flow problem, but that's because you're spending too much in your operations. And they be like, well, yeah, I do too much doing A, B, C, D. I'm like, I know, I can tell. Usually if I go to someone's office, I can just sit at their desk and I can know what the problem is. Just by sitting there before they even say anything. I'm like, all right, I got what the problem is. But then when I'm able to articulate what's going on in their business and relate it to what their concerns are, they're like, oh, I didn't think about that. That's what it is. It's not always sometimes not always a timing issue or a revenue issue, or it could be something else. But that's what I do. I do that research. And it's not just, looking at their problem they have in their business, but taking a look at the whole industry. And if the industry is saying, well, people in commercial cleaning, they have challenges in these areas. And I'll be like, oh, and you having a challenge in that same area? This is a solution.
Yep.
This is a solution. And so people don't understand that processes is processes.
Yeah.
You just need to tweak it or tailor it to the business and their pain point.
Yeah. Now, one thing you said to us. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So one thing you said to us when we got our paperwork back, if we needed funding from a bank, or if we needed, we're looking for, what is it?
A grant.
A grant or anything. You just take that, plug and play, because it's already laid out.
It's already there.
Yeah. So to you guys who may need that same thing, because it's hard to write. She writes business plans.
I was going to point that out too.
Keep going.
It's not just business plans that you write. Like MCM Services also provides grant writing services as well, and you've been very successful at that for a number of your clients. I love reading the testimonials when people come in and be like, "This is what Monica did for me." And everybody's like, "Do you know anybody who write grants?" MCM Services, and being able to have that level of confidence in you, I think, is amazing. Number one, but it's only because of how you present yourself with such excellence and how meticulous you are. Like, I feel like you treat every client as if their business is your business.
Correct.
And oftentimes you don't find that with some strategists, because it's like, hey, it's like cookie cutter. This is our process. We're gonna do this, get you done, ship you out. That's it. And once we're done, we're done. But I do like how you even extend that additional support after the writing process is over, that follow-up to say, hey, what have you, because listen, until she got us together, we thought we were done. Like, okay, we got our paperwork back. I mean, like 6 months later, we get an email, okay, so where are you? What have you done with it so far? And I'm like, well, we're working on, okay, we need to put something else on the books so we can discuss. Because what we're not going to do is we're not going to put all this money into building a plan and not executing that plan.
Correct, yeah.
How do you deal? I mean, I know how you dealt with us, but the people need to know.
Yeah.
Because some people they're sitting there thinking like, man, I need somebody to write me a business plan and this and that and the third. But then they don't realize that what they really need is not just a plan written. They need someone that's going to help them to execute that plan. Do you step into that area for everyone? Were we just special?
I do it for everyone.
Oh, okay. So we weren't
but
special.
for this moment, I'm saying you are special. You are special. But yeah, because I tell people I'm not, when they first work with me, I tell them, hey, I'm not going to just tell you what to do. Because if I tell you what to do and then you do it, you would have been able to do it on your own.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm your consultant. I'm on your team. I'm your consultant. So I'm going to help you execute this problem as well.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses just have an execution problem. They have a strategy. They just don't implement it. So I'm like, okay, we're not going to just create papers. We can create papers all day long. But I let people know, like, when you work with me, the ball is rolling. So it's none of this, oh, well, I don't feel like it today. The ball is rolling.
Sometimes that's how it feels, though. It's like, I don't want to be the boss lady today. I don't want to be CEO today. Today, I just want to be Jessica. I don't want to do anything. But it's funny because you were like, no, every day you should be doing something. I don't care what it is. You should be doing something for that business every single day. Even if it's only 30 minutes a day, there's something you should be doing. And I appreciate you saying that because on the days when I'm like, it's funny because people are like, baby girl, what you done? I'm like, I'm sitting here watching television. And then immediately I hear you in my ear. What have you done for your business today? I'm like, shut up, Monica. I'm about to do something right now. But I love that you that but you do it in such a way that I felt like it wasn't like a what you need to do is. It was more
Right.
of a all right, listen.
Mm-hmm.
It was so nice and very motherly.
Yeah.
If you're going to make it to the next level,
Yep.
you're
Yep.
going to have to do X, Y, and Z. And you
Mhm.
laid it out in such a way to where it was like either I'm going to take this information and be successful with it, or I'm going to do like I've been doing, just take it and let it sit there and have
let it
all
sit
of this
there.
great information, like you said, and not implement anything. So to
Correct.
y'all out there, I need y'all to put in the comments
Yeah.
section or whatever, you write it out, decree and declare that I will
Mhm.
implement.
Yep.
I will execute.
That's a
I will
great
not just
point.
plan. I will plan and then I will execute.
Yep.
And when the execution doesn't work, I will go back to the plan and see
Yep.
what I missed, what I messed up, and then I will re-execute.
Yep.
Because
And then-
all of
What
the
we're
plan.
doing is we're not giving up in this season.
No,
then-
we're not giving that because it's in the plan.
Yep.
It's in the plan.
Yep. And then you're gonna call Monica, and she's gonna get you together.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. Because when I ask people, I ask them, what are your goals? I don't mean today's goals, tomorrow's goals. No.
Right.
What is your 5-year? What is your 10-year goal? And they let me know. So then when they stop, well, I don't want to do business. Well, I'm just sitting here eating popcorn. Okay. Well, did you eating popcorn? Did that help you get to your goal?
Yep.
And
Yep.
they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. Okay. You are slowing yourself down.
Exactly.
You are the problem for your business growth.
Oh,
But who are-
look in that camera right there and
You
say
are the
that.
problem for your
Somebody
business
need to hear
growth.
that.
Mhm.
But who am I? Just someone who's trying to execute your plan for your goals.
Mhm.
I love it.
I got another question for you. So, because when you gave us back our plan, the strategy for the business, it was written out so well. I mean, well. What's your background and how is it that you could get things to come out so elegant? You know.
Technical writer. I'm a technical writer.
Ah.
So I love taking all of this research
Mhm.
and all this information and making it concise. It's like, okay, just get to the point.
Yeah.
You don't
yeah.
have to write a
Yes.
whole dissertation or anything.
Yep.
Just get to the point. So I like to build upon the business plan. So first it's like, tell me about your business.
Mhm.
How has it been successful? What are you going to do to make it more successful? And what are your credentials?
Yep.
What's your financial analysis on there?
Mhm.
So you're just building the plan. Just go take it section by section. But yeah, I'm a technical writer.
Okay.
That's what I studied in school. So I've
Okay.
got 15 years
Wow.
of technical writing and business development experience. And I've just been using that within my business and for my customers.
It definitely shows. It
And a
definitely
little
shows.
tidbit about you though that I don't know if other people know, if y'all know out there, is that before you started MCM Services, you were a banker.
I sure was.
How does your
I
previous
sure
experience
was.
as a banker
I sure
play
was.
into you helping your clients with their business plans?
There we go.
It helps a whole lot. And I didn't realize that while I was in the banking industry for 11 years, I had a whole career in that,
Mhm.
that it would play so much into my business. Because first, I just started as a part-time teller. I just needed to make some money.
Don't we all?
Right. I just need to make some money. So as a part-time teller, but as I progressed and was promoted in my business and in my career, I realized that I was the business banker and I was one of the specialists to help people get their business funding. And when I realized that
Oh, that's a perfect marriage.
it's perfect marriage.
Yes.
There were business owners coming into the bank, literally coming to the bank, giving me their business card, their paper business card, and
Yeah.
say, I need a loan. That's
It's like
Not
That's
how
not how
this
this
works.
Exactly.
That's not, or they'll come in with a piece of paper. This is how much I need. I need like $1 million for this business. How much is the business making now? It's brand new. Okay. So by law, we can't deny anybody or discourage anybody from putting in an application. They got to put one in. And I was like, fine, we're going to put it in. But when it came to the decline part, I wouldn't tell them, oh, you're just declined. This is the reason why. Good luck. I would say, okay, here are the reasons that are affecting the decision. But here is a solution. If you just did A, B, and C, we could put it in again. And a lot of times bakers don't take that care or
That's
that
that
time.
caregiver's heart right there.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I'm tired of you coming in here putting these applications in
And getting denied. Yeah.
and getting out. I'm tired of telling you no. So I said,
Yeah.
we have to revamp this. So it was just educating them. A lot of them, they just didn't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't that they were entitled or arrogant or anything. They just didn't know the process or how to prepare. And I would tell them, okay, this is A, B, C, and D. Do you have this? Well, get these documents first, get this information first, and then let's set an appointment for you to come back in to apply. Or it'd be like, okay, this is why we got the decline reason, but it's not a definite no. You just need to work on these things. It's just conditional. So it's just educating them. And being the business banker at my branch and still being a brokerage associate as well to help them with their investments for the retirement or expanding their investment portfolio, that really helps me to improve the craft and what I need to do, or understand the pain points of business owners and what they really needed help with.
Yeah, yeah.
And at first I was like, okay, yeah, I'm doing great. I'm working in my purpose at this job, but I thought I could do so much more in my business and make more of an impact than just at my little desk.
Right.
And I was like, I can make a greater impact and help more people if I wasn't so restricted. So I was like, let's take a risk. I'm a risk taker.
Yeah.
I love taking an educated
There you go.
risk.
There you go.
So I said, let's take a risk. I can come back if I need to. I can go get my licenses again. I can do this all over again. But let's take a risk.
Oh,
See how
that's
it
so good though, because a lot
Yeah.
of people are afraid to take a risk because it's like, if this doesn't work out, then what do I fall back on? But
Right.
what you just said is, I can take those licenses again.
I can do it again.
If I've done it once, I can do it again.
I can do it
So
again.
let's take this risk and let's see how this goes. I love that point. Y'all listening?
Yeah. Take the
Don't
risk.
be afraid to take the risk because you can always come back. If you've done it once, you can do it again. But the thing what you're not going to get is you're not going to get time again.
Exactly.
You're not.
You're not going to get time again. So the more time you waste wondering if you should, or what will happen if I don't or if I do, you're consistently just letting the possibility of success on a greater scale pass you by. Because it's not like you weren't successful as a banker. You were already experiencing success. But there's a certain level of success that you have that you feel it needs to include someone else's success as well. And that's really why most of us end up starting businesses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't want to be successful by ourselves. We want to bring someone else along. That's a part of legacy building.
Exactly.
And so take that risk. You
Take the
don't
risk.
know who your
the
risk is
risk.
going to be a blessing to. And sometimes your knees might get a little cut up, a little scraped up, a little burned, a little bruised,
Right.
whatever the case may be. But
Yeah.
guess what? You're going to see a strength within yourself that you never even knew you had.
Correct.
And so for you, like, after you took that risk, were you like, man, Monica, like, girl,
Girl, I didn't know you had it in you.
sis.
I didn't know I had it in me because if I didn't leave my career, because it was a safety net. It was safe because I had benefits.
She dropped some gems.
Yeah. I was
Benefits
like,
are the hardest thing
the
to let
benefits,
go
the
of.
benefits. I'm like,
Healthcare is ridiculous.
Yes.
And then I was getting, I knew when the check was coming.
Yep.
Consistency.
Consistent. But being in that career for 11 years, I wasn't fulfilled.
Ooh.
I was getting paid, but I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't happy. I was miserable.
Yeah.
But when I stepped out, like you said, you're going to get bruised. Your knee's going to mess up. You're going to get frustrated.
Yeah.
But I would rather be bruised building my own reputation, my
There you
own
go.
legacy, than to cover for somebody else.
Yep.
So I call it a blessed roller coaster because that's what it is.
That's
a
good.
blessed roller coaster.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Never thought about it
But
that way.
it's would I go back if I had to? Sure. But I really don't want to because I have so much freedom and I like working in the background so other businesses can be up front. They can be on the stage. They can win the grants. They can have the business success. They can grow and be in business for 3, 5, 7, 10 years.
Yeah.
As long as I'm in the background and saying, you know what, I helped them get there.
Yeah.
I helped them contribute to the economic growth, not only just in the city, but nationwide. So let me do that. Now, I'll sit in the background all day long.
So,
Make sure
so
you're
now
successful.
you're talking about the background. However, I'm about to pivot a little bit in this conversation because y'all know I like to get to the mushy gushy stuff. I want to put your date out there because people be nosy. But soon,
On New Year's Eve.
Be happy about what you got going on.
Right.
So since she said it, on New Year's Eve,
On New Year's
There
Eve.
you will become Mrs. Greenwood.
Yes.
How in the world
Yes.
have you been able to plan this wedding and
All of
balance
this.
I don't know.
all of this?
I don't know.
She's organized.
All I can say is the time blocks. I have
It has to be
planned
time
It's
management.
the time block. Yes. The time management because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't spending too much time planning a wedding and not building my business. And then I didn't want to get so stressed with planning a wedding and that I didn't want to do anything else. So I created a time block. Okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're
I'm
going to
doing
think about
this.
the wedding. We're going to talk about it for an hour
That's good.
and
That's
get it
really
done.
good.
Now, the closer we get to the date,
I was
the
stressed.
more time.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Listen.
But the closer we get to the date, the more time I give it because, I mean,
Yeah, you got to get it done.
You got to get it done.
we got to get it done.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting planning a I've planned plenty of business events.
Here we go. Let them know.
Workshops, webinars, seminars, events. I've had events where it's just been 5 people there. I've had some where it's 50 people there.
Yeah.
Planning a wedding is a whole different
Yes, it's a different beast.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the hell? What's happening? What's happening? So I get why people say, we're just going to go to the courthouse because
Exactly.
I tried to do the courthouse thing. Somebody wouldn't let me because what'd you say? I don't want you in 5 or 10 years talking about, man, I wish I would have had
That's
this
what she would have said.
wedding.
Right.
I
That's
would not
exactly
have.
what she would have
I
said.
would have been very satisfied with
Let's do
courthouse
something big. We ain't got time.
But you know, let me tell you. But it's so easy for them to say that because usually they're like, oh, whatever you want.
They're chaperoning.
Yeah, whatever you want. It's okay.
That's true.
Like,
But no,
like,
but
what colors do you think we should have? I don't care about colors.
I knew
like,
what
colors
wanted,
you want?
I know you didn't want that. You just said that because I was getting ready to go to Iraq and, she thought I was going to,
It was a lot.
leave the earth and all that stuff. I said, baby girl, we're good. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Don't worry. I'll be right back. Don't worry about it.
But I do agree with him. Go ahead and do it because 5, 10 years out of the road, you'll be like, you know what? We never had a wedding.
That don't matter because now we're coming up on 20 years and I still want another wedding. So that didn't eliminate that possibility.
We back at it again.
You said, let's do it again.
Let's run this back.
But it's good. We've had time to make kids and get all this money and stuff that we got going on, so we can do it now. However, if we wouldn't have did it then would have been, because we know some people who, they did the courthouse thing and some couple of friends that we know.
Right.
They did the courthouse thing and then, like you said, life gets real busy and then next thing you know, you just haven't
never
done
get
it,
around
you
to
never
doing
get
that
around
and
to
they
it.
want to.
Exactly. And then you hear everybody else.
I get it.
You hear everybody else talking about their
get
wedding,
it.
how big their wedding was and all that stuff. And now you start feeling bad, like, man, I wish we would have did it.
Now, some people are just not into that.
They're not into that,
That's
right?
true too. That is true.
Yeah.
But
But I don't want a big wedding. I don't want it big. I want
Okay.
it nice. I want it classy, but not big.
Oh, so we're
So can
coming.
we get like a little bit of like maybe
We're coming in with
colors?
horns and the bull horn. Yeah. Can we do that?
You can do that.
Okay, perfect.
And then,
But we can't bring cell phones, right? Like there's no. This is
right. It's unplugged.
See, I read all my messages.
Ooh, I
Well,
love
very
it.
good. I
And I
love
comply.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
I,
But
appreciate
I
that.
love that though. Why did you
Unplugged,
guys
that's
choose
good.
to do an unplugged wedding?
Yeah.
First of all, I want people to enjoy the moment. You're so busy missing a moment that you're
Yes.
recording and you're missing stuff.
That's good.
Just enjoy it. See our love.
Love the
Yes.
love.
Yes.
Love the love. And then
I love that.
in the professional photos, I don't want people holding their phones
There
in
you
my
go.
professional photos.
Exactly.
That's
Ew.
We
terrible.
pay for that.
We pay for that. And then I want to have to pay him extra to edit that out.
Exactly.
So first of all, no.
Great point.
Instead of just enjoy the moment. You don't have to record it. I mean, you're there.
Right.
You don't have to tell the world, hey, I was there.
No, exactly.
Just be in the moment and just enjoy.
And that's good.
And so that's why, those are a couple of reasons why I said it's unplugged. Just don't bring yourself. Because why?
Yeah.
Why?
Why you could just.
That's like going to the concert,
Being an amateur
recording yourself
photographer.
singing.
Exactly.
Man,
I've
you're
never
missing a
understood
lot.
Yeah,
that. Like I
exactly.
missed the whole experience sitting there
I think
at the front of the stage recording yourself singing while you done paid $300-$400 for the artist on stage.
You could have did that at house, had the TV behind you, and be like, and saved hundreds of dollars.
And when you see it like that, they make it think like
That make you think.
that makes sense. Exactly.
Right. And then I
sit
don't
here in
want
front
to
of
see
TV.
you if I'm watching it live.
Yes.
Flip the camera. I want to see them.
Exactly. Because you're not watching. So
Right,
show
you
it to me.
not watching, show me.
Let me enjoy your money.
Let me enjoy your money spent.
Well, we have enjoyed this conversation with you, Monica. Thank you for joining us. Before we let you go, is there I have one final question regarding MCM Studios. I almost said one M. MCM Studios. It's not studios, services.
Services, yeah.
I'm thinking about maybe there might be something in there. I don't know. Maybe the Lord is saying something.
Mic check.
I don't know.
She's blending our yeah. It's
But
okay.
what
It's okay.
what can we expect in the future from? Are there any new services you're going to offer with MCM services, or is there anything we got on the horizon that we can get a sneak peek into?
No new services, but I am going to release the second series of my business grow model.
Okay.
So the first one was describing what grow is, which is goals, revenue, operations, and worth. And so the second series, revenue, is going to be coming out soon. So
Awesome.
be looking out for that. And of course, with my subscription base, people can go in there, have access to resources, insights, business partners that I work with, cash flow analysis, and they get to sign up for a consultation with me, all with that subscription.
All right.
Perfect.
Yes.
Again, thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you
Thank
so
you for
much.
having
Thank you
me.
guys for tuning in, and we
Yeah.
cannot wait to see you in the next episode, or maybe you guys can't wait to see us in the next episode of Chatting with the Carters.
Hey, before we leave, Monica, if you don't mind telling them where they can link up with you, because they're going to, there's a lot of people saying, I want to find out how do I get to know?
Yeah.
So if you don't mind telling them that real quick, and then we'll get
Yeah,
on.
MCM services everywhere. So MCMSRVCS.com, that's the website. Instagram, MCM Services. Facebook, MCM Services. YouTube, MCM Services. Just look for the blue and yellow symbol, and you'll find me everywhere.
All right, guys, we'll see y'all on the next one.
Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Chatting with the Carters. We have some amazing things on the horizon, particularly on February the 6th. We want you to mark that day on your calendars.
Mark that date.
We will be bringing back Lovers Conversations, and you will get the opportunity to experience a live Chatting with the Carters, live and in person. Go ahead and click the link below and get your tickets right now. Secure that. Also on February 6th, our book, Becoming One, will be released. You want to get that book. Go ahead and pre-order that book
Pre-order
today.
now.
Right down here in the captions.
Yep, go get it, guys. See you guys soon.